now we've got to roll the dice now with Drouin. They've done one thing. They've put Bobby McCullum back into the middle, so they've got to kick the first 3 or 4 just to make sure they're back in this game.
And quick around the ground checks.
Terrelgan 11 straight 66, Sale 16 46, and Maffraball, it is currently a draw.
Well, there we go. 1 quarter to go in each of those games. Drouin will go from this stoppage through Beck, and he ran too far, the umpire said. He would have ran about 8 metres, and it was a sort of a round and round in circles, to be honest. But anyway, ball's in the middle, and we'll go in the hands of Josh Wykes, Poppy.
So Wykes, young fella's done well today, both against the experienced McKellarman around the ground too. He's provided a good contest. He gives it back to where the ball was just a moment ago. Oh! He leaps beautifully, he lands lovely, and he dances off impressively and kicks to within 15 metres. Can he find a teammate? He can't. Drouin under pressure. This could be the goal that starts off the quarter beautifully, but the left leg by Bulmer is offline. He pulled it short, and a behind for Bensdale when it deserves so much more on the back of the Hines mark.
Yeah, great mark. Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard.
12-13-85 Bairnsdale, Drouin 5-13-43. It's now 7 straight goals.
He's certainly got up. Harry Wands brings it in. Bit of a helicopter over the top there of Dower. Working hard now there, looks to be Collins. Kicks along the line, found Rose. Takes the chest mark, got one in the middle is Jackson Cost. Goes to him, does it get over the top? Coming through was Klebney. Now winning it there was Axford. Goes inboard to Wands. And he marks, slips over. Comes back to the near side. McCullum will be his target. Finds him. Toddy Beck comes back inboard. Ignores him. He's been called to play on, Big Bob. So he handballs over the top. Getting crunched there was Collins. Gave it back to McCullum. Now run through Robinson. Nicely done. Gets around the right. Tries to don't argue. Minnie McKeon's got him. And the Minnie McKeon Mighty Mouse has got big Chris Robinson. And we have a holding the ball as on a half-back flank Minnie. Well, that was bringing down David and Goliath. Minnie kicks it down the line. Going up, can't quite mark it. There was Brian. Beck was at the back. Underground handball, nicely done to Guy. Goes inboard to Klebney. Back to Guy. Right foot kick is a turnover. Although Tatnell just dropped the mark he should have taken. And Tommy Barr said, I'll take it. Run to 45 and get the first goal in the final quarter to the Hawks. They need a few and they need them quick.
They definitely do, Scott. And that build-up there was a little bit different, you'll call it, from Drouin. They had to really work hard to kick that goal there too, and some errors from Bairnsdale made their job a little bit easier. But Tommy Bay is a class act. Left foot, didn't even look like missing.
And that brings the margin back to 36 points in Bairnsdale's favour. The Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard has the Redlegs on 12-13-85. Drouin now 6-13-49.
So the ball back in the centre. Sorry,
just a quick AFL check for you. The Tigers get over the top of Port Adelaide by 38 points, and Carlton are leading the Gold Coast Suns in the last quarter by 18 points.
So back here at Bairnsdale, it's the home side in total control. A quick kick forward through Toddy Beck inside forward 50. Rose now dances around one, goes short, and a slips-like catch is paid as a mark. Yep, fair enough too. Sam Klebney that took that mark. He's 45 metres out. He hasn't bothered the scorers too much today. He did get one of their 2 goals in the third quarter. So with limited opportunities, he's got the chance to be the only multiple goal scorer for Drouin today. That's been a big problem for them.
Long run up.
Yeah, the run up is actually longer than the kick needs to be. He runs to within 48 metres. The kick is actually distance-wise quite good. Accuracy, unfortunately, disappointing, a minor score.
Margin back to 35 points on the Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard. Bairnsdale 12-13. Drouin now 6 goals, 14-50.
Round 13, TRFM Gippsland on TRFM. As Hamilton got it into Vickery. He drives it long out wide. Looking for the first gamer there in Cook. Couldn't mark. Comes to ground. Trying to take on the tackle there. Looked to be Klebney. He got pinged for holding the ball, so Tatner will win his free kick and move the ball quickly. Although it was 1-on-3 and going down to ground is Hines. He holds that right hamstring, I should say. And the Hawks will go forward again. Very good spot is Barr, kicks it inside forward 50 again. McCullum's got the front spot, couldn't mark it. Wykes had to do some groundwork, and he did well, the big fella. Gave it off to Giovi, who burst out of the half-back line, out towards Robinson. But taking the mark was Drouin's Joe Collins, who can chip it over the top to Toddy Beck. He marks too far out to score. They want to move it quickly. Handballed on to Harry Wands. Left foot kick. Is he going to keep it in the field of play? He does. As Big Bob McCullum took the mark and got dumped and has been paid 50-metre penalty. Hamilton shoved him in the back after mark. It didn't need to. And Big Bob will kick it from point-blank range, and the Hawks, for the first time in this game, will get 2 goals in a row. And a big moment for Monticello's. Do the Hawks have something left, boys?
No.
Okay, well, McCullum puts it through. Paul Carter.
It's now a 29-point margin. We've played 5.5 minutes into the final quarter, and Drouin are 7-14-56, Bairnsdale 12-13-85.
Why?
Because I'll try and keep us. They haven't got a hope. It's a 42-point lead. They've got to double.
It's 29.
It is now. It was a 42-point lead at three-quarter time. They've got to kick double what they've kicked for the whole day in a quarter of footy. It's just going to be.
Here we go. Hines off with that injury. That right leg's caught up with him, unfortunately. So he comes off. We won't see him later today. Remembering, of course, it's 25 scoring shots to 21. Accuracy's been the big problem for Drouin. They need to find accuracy right now. Unfortunately, McCallum's tap found the little mighty mouse in McKeon, who comes grandstand side. His leg to Robinson, turns on the left, kicks to within 30 metres. The last thing that Drouin want now is a Bairnsdale goal, but they're going to have to fight hard to keep it out. And they at least keep it in. And the umpire will ball it up.
Sorry, Poppy. Just a quick update to you. Maffra have taken control of the game down in Maffra, 6-10-46. So they lead Maul 3-8-26.
From the stoppage again. Here's Robertson. Got slung around in the tackle. Ball comes out to Cowan, throwing the footy. Against Drouin as he had it. So Collins picked it off and then got pinged for throwing the football, and the free kick will go to Ben McKinnon. So McKinnon can get that margin back out over the 30.
Do you have a shot here, or you give it off?
I think have a go. You're certainly within distance. He'll kick it 40 metres. It's a really tight angle in front of the scoreboard here at the City Oval. Right foot kick on the way, and that is a nice leg.
And that's all she wrote now. Yabbada.
Ben McKinnon slots through his first of the afternoon.
Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard. Bairnsdale now 13-13-91. They are leading again by 35 points over Drouin, who are 7-14-56.
I'm not sure if that last quarter curse for Traralgon, as you sort of implied for before, may be in play here, but Sales 7-11-53. They trail Traralgon, who haven't kicked a point yet.
They're 12 straight goals.
Yep.
Yeah, so Traralgon, well, they've done that a few times this year, put themselves in a position to win, only to give it up in the last 15 or 20 minutes. So they'll be fighting as best they can to keep themselves in touch. Drouin are trying to do the same. They're just trying to get in touch, but at this stage, Bairnsdale are responding, and they're doing it nicely. James Ferguson, his arms were chopped, the umpire says, so he gets the free kick. Can he find a teammate just in front of goals? He can't. The player he was looking for was Jolly. Take it to the ground. It falls within 5 metres of goals, but under pressure it was Tatnall that went for home with a handball, and it's another minor score to the visitors today.
7-15-57 with that rush behind Drouin. They trail by 34 points. Bairnsdale 13-13-91, and it's the 8.5 minute mark of the final quarter.
Vickery to reel it back into play for Bairnsdale. Plays on, comes to the near side. Change room side at Bairnsdale. Wykes as a target. Big pack. Bob McCullum stands taller than most.
Well, I don't know what's happening with Hines, but he came off with the assistance of trainers just a minute ago, and now he's lining back up as though he's going to come back on. So,
what are those stingers, you think?
Well, must have been. I don't really understand it, to be honest. And a lot of people don't understand the decisions that have just been made against Bairnsdale. You probably heard the crowd. The player, Tom Barr, will get the free kick. And he'll kick from 45 metres, maybe 50 metres out.
So Barr, he's, has he got the journey in him?
Yeah, absolutely.
9.5 minutes gone. He's a left footer. He's a lovely kick on the run. How's his set shot? Keeps it low, drives it. He's going to keep that skiddy. And over it goes. Minor score. Turnbull's Gippsland scoreboard this afternoon.
Now 7 goals, 16.58. Drouin to 13.91.
Beautiful day.
Sorry, Scott. I'll keep you updated with the scores. It's just an incredible turnaround here. It's a 13-point game now with Drouin.
Wow.
59 to 72.
That's 23 points, isn't it? Or 13 points.
Keep jumping in for us. As this
13.
ball, Dennison had it, kicked it high towards Robinson. Can't quite mark it. Comes again. Robinson took on the tackler of Cook. The umpire said didn't have any opportunity, and we'll have a ball up. And Robinson said something. No, Bairnsdale said something to the umpire, and nearly a 50-metre penalty. Tatnall's just not quite sure where the mark is. Box and Poppy are doing some mathematics on the calculator. As Robinson drove it back inside forward 50, plucking that one out there was William Collins. He didn't quite get his body under the football, but his arm stretched out and plucked it. We'll have a chance to kick the third goal of the quarter for the Hawks to get this margin back under the 30 points. It's currently 33. William Collins comes in. It's a shocking kick, but that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That goes straight through the middle box.
So Poppy, they're making a little bit of a challenge back here, but Paul, I'm not going to tell me how much did we play in that third quarter? How long did we go? It would have been 28 or so. So they've got 18 minutes to kick another 5 to get in front.
Yeah, 28 minutes 10. Yeah.
So another 5. So they're in with a slim chance, but look, they're really throwing everything at it this last quarter, but obviously a little too late.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Ball back in the centre of the Bairnsdale Recreation Reserve. Contesting the ruck, Harrison Cook's going to have a go. We've seen Wykes today, we've seen Hamilton early, and now it's Harrison Cook who jumps high. He's beaten to it by McCallum. Quick tap down, falls in the arms of Beck, who kicks towards the right half forward flank. Oh, good tackle, Sirree. Thank you. Taking ball and all and goes boom into the ground. That was a good tackle by Harry Gibbs of Bairnsdale. So let's see if Drouin through McCallum. He thumps at 10 metres, but it falls in the arms of opposition, and that player was Harry Gibbs again. Feeds it off. Can they get the ball out of their area? They're trying desperately. They can't. The boundary will beat all players. And there'll be a boundary throw in just forward of right half forward flank. Bairnsdale defending at the moment, but leading by 27 points.
Well, we've got a boundary throw in. Box up. Any further score for us? As
on the phone to his bookie, he can't answer.
But he literally is too.
Boxer, if you're not, just respond. Boxer, if you're not on the phone to your bookie, just tell us you're not.
Fair enough there.
All right, there
ball gets to the top of the 50. Here's Collins again. Lowers the eyes, finds the target. Yes, he does. Klebny. They get another shot on goal at the 12.5-minute mark. This is a little bit of a mini fight back here by the Hawks.
Well, it's a 9th inside 50 to 2 this quarter by Drouin.
Yep. They've stopped the Redlegs.
And they've scored 6 times with the 8.
Well,
first 8.
This is a big moment in the game. It's a must opportunity for him. Klebny comes in. It's another wobbler, but guess what? It's through the middle. Here we go. Game on. Klebny gets another one.
Well, it can be done. Their season's on the line here, really, because there's going to be a lot of pressure from two teams just below them. And right now they've got themselves a bit of a sniff now to get themselves back into this game.
Yeah.
Sorry, score has now gone to 9-16-70. That's a 21-point margin. Bairnsdale have scored 1 goal 1 for this quarter. They are 13-91.
Still going 6-6 at the moment, boys. No loose player anywhere on the ground.
I reckon you just man up at the moment, don't you? Just try to stop the run if you can, but that's what they're doing. They got a hands on the ball firstly. Nicely done. Good work through Brian. His left leg threatens the 50 and now bounces into the 50. Cut off beautifully though by Taylor. He feeds it off and they're on the move again here. This is the next bit of play through Rose that they'll need to find a winner. I tell you what, that kick's pretty good too.
Oh.
Tries to grab it on the half volley, but in doing so was taken high. That player was Ferguson. He's at right half forward flank. Now this Serge Ford gets a goal. There's going to be some spring in the step, but the handball was poor, and Wans, who had made a run from deep in defence to half forward flank, was let down by a poor handball.
Yeah, so McCallum's in the forward line. Drouin don't really have a recognised ruckman. Robinson will have to take it up against the bigger rookie in Cook. Got it straight down to Brian, did Bairnsdale. He kicked around his body, half forward it goes. Big spoil over the back again by Taylor, ground level. Here's Sean White, got tackled, got a handball away. Dennison took on one tackler, 48 to seal the game. Nathan Dennison puts it away. No minor score.
That could have been the goal of the day, that one there. Just the way he attacked the pill then. Bairnsdale really need that goal. They just need that little bit of more of a buffer that they currently have.
Yeah, just
Bairnsdale 13-14-92 on the Turnbulls Gippsland scoreboard. Drouin 9-16-70. We've played almost 15 minutes.
So Wans brings the ball into Robertson, finds that player at centre half forward through. I think they're playing with a bit more direct given the time that's starting to close in. Rose, well, the ball bounced off his chest, but he had a second crack at it. He can go short if he wants, but he chooses a longer option on his left leg. Will it come off? No, it won't. Yes, it will, because on the end of it is Fraser, Robertson,
they've got
Edgar, and they've got a goal. They've done it through James Ferguson. Hello, they're coming back.
I don't know what's happened. If there's concrete in those boots of Bairnsdale at the moment too, but their run's just starting to really drop off, and it's gone the other way for Drouin. Their run is really picked up, and their transition then from their defensive 50 was the reason why they scored.
The margin 16 points. We're only 15 minutes into the final quarter. 10-16-76 Drouin, 13-14-92 Bairnsdale.
So after managing just 5 goals in 3 quarters of footy, Drouin, the visitors, have kicked 5 in 15 minutes in the last quarter.
Box said it couldn't be done. McCullum back in the middle, thumps it forward again. Here they go, the Hawks. Running onto this one is Guy. Gets a handle across. Rose is now coming to line. Kick around the corner from Axford. Inside forward 50. Collins can't mark it. Comes to ground. He goes again. Here's Ferguson. Squeeze the handball out to Beck. Takes on the tackler. Handballs across now. Kick around the body this time was from Simpson. It's gone! It's gone through! Jacob Sinkers thought it was touched. Can you believe it? We've got a touch and it's a minor score.
Anti-climax.
Well, they need points as well as goals.
15 points of margin, Poppy.
Yep, so they bring the ball to the outer side, Ben. So I think they just need to calm at the moment, keep possession for 2 or 3 minutes, and just take the heat off the game. And they're falling into the trap of letting Drouin run with all this momentum. The ball around about right half forward flank.
McCullum
again gets a big thump forward inside forward 50. He went looking for Beck. Base of the pack, the intensity's lifted. The hit on the body and the ball is lifted. And I tell you what.
Free kick.
Yeah. And I tell you what, the umpire's going to try to settle the situation. We've got a dozen players around the ball and 2 players that are fighting each other without concern for the ball. Umpire has it.
So ball up it is. I thought there might have been a free kick paid. Front spot there was McCullum. Ground level they work hard. Squeeze out the back. Beck was there. Quick kick this by McKee and was smothered. Goes to ground. Miller's in there fighting hard, as is Robinson. And we'll get another ball up. 17.5 minutes gone. Margin 15 points. Box said it couldn't be done. The Hawks are coming. McCullum took it out of the ruck. Kick was smothered. Robinson was there. Took on the tackle. The ball bobbles out. Anderson, quick kick. Goes inside forward 50. Running back with a flight. Can't quite mark it. Rose was there. Squeezing a handball out now. Beck goes to ground. They dive on top of him. The umpire will ball it up just inside the field of play.
Boys, if the Drouin gets up here, it'll be the 3rd biggest comeback in league history from 3/4 time.
Gee whiz. There's a stat for you out of nowhere.
So McCullum now fighting hard, the big man on hands and knees. Whenever Boxer says something, take it with a grain of salt. He said women would never get the vote. He said same-sex marriage will never happen. Headache tablets are all the same. No, I can tell you right now, we've got a game in our hands. Defensive 50, Bairnsdale with the ball, trying to clear the area. They can't at the moment. Hands and knees, fighting with all they've got.
Gee, it's left. Here they go, Beck.
Bust through the pack, and Beck to the top of the square, punched it, and Bairnsdale will clear, and they'll kick to space, you'd think.
Hamilton's dislocated the shoulder as well, boys. You'll be coming off in a minute. Bounces over their head. Wans is there. So's Bulmer. Bulmer's got some toe. Takes him on, Bulmer. He goes inboard. They're away. McKeon. Big contest on the wing. Taylor does well, but he gives away a free kick. Callum McKeon has it. He quickly plays on. Can get it to the far side. Out there looks to be, is it Somerville or Robinson? I'll go with Robinson. Left foot chip kick over the top. Now he kicks to his name. Well, he looks exactly the same as Robinson and Somerville. Who cares who's got it? They're going to have a shot on goal. And this will be a big moment of the game for Monticello's.
We need to kick it. We've just lost 2 players from Bairnsdale come off. Hamilton was one of them that come off with a shoulder, as you picked correctly, and another with an elbow who I didn't quite pick up. But yeah, they need some help right here, right now.
Robinson unloads on its way. I think it's got the distance. No, it's touched on the line. A let-off for the Hawks.
Scope, we've got a final score with Matt from Hall, and it's Mathra 7-12-54 victory against the Tigers.
Margin here 16 points thanks to Turnbull's Gippsland. Tiny
8 or 9 minutes to play. They come grandstand side looking for a Robertson. Good option. This is going to be a good contest because Hines is equal to the occasion and thumps the ball towards the boundary and finds it.
Todd Beck's had 9 touches this quarter, boys. Big quarter by him.
And 24, the other player that came off was Dennison. So Dennison, Hamilton, and they've already lost Vickery. So they're down to the bones of their bum out Bensdale, but they're
good tap.
All they got. Tap by McCallum. You heard Scud tell us he went searching for his teammate in Axford. Couldn't find that player, and Bensdale now get their chance.
Cowan left foot kick delivers inside forward 50, ground level. Somerville's can't quite get there. Now he does. That's on the outside of the boot and misses everything, kicks it out of bounds on the full.
There you go, ladies and gents, boys and girls. There's the reason you need to be able to kick both feet.
So Harry Wands will have it for the Hawks. We're at crucial time now at 20 minutes. And they still trail by 16 points. Kicks to McCallum. He's been monstrous. Handballs over the top. Axford can run onto this. He's got space. Kicks it down the line. Play on. Goes in the directions. Ferguson had 2 bites at it. Couldn't get it. Tatnall does well under pressure. Handballs over his shoulder. Gibbs has to come in to help. Ferguson again goes. They put him to the ground. The umpire says, let's have a breather. I'll ball it up. Centre wing. The Redlegs lead by 16 points. They're hanging on. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
Keep an eye on McKeon and also Robertson. They're both looking to hit bodies. It doesn't matter at the moment because Joshua Whites took the ball, taken without the ball. In fact, throwing it was McKinnon. So it's against that player. The free kick will go to Klebney. He's been pretty good. He's kicked a couple in this second half. He goes inboard and finds Harry Wands that's drifted up from the full back line.
So he chips one over the top, finds McCallum. Nice little neat kick. They're going to move it quickly, you'd think. McCallum's got no one presenting. He handballs backwards. They get a run, Wands. Now they handball forward. This might come off. Miller goes back around. Now he gets onto that right foot, drives it to a dangerous spot. Rose might fly, but in the front spot, Kieran Vickery marks.
Poor kick inside 450.
It was Daniel Preston who marks back there for the Redlegs. Slow it down must be the instruction, surely now. 22 minutes have passed. They hold on by 16 points.
So what's the option? Well, run themselves into a bit of bother here. They go to Hines in the back pocket. His torpedo from a standing start's not bad, but not perfect because Robertson takes the mark. Left half forward flank. The boundary just metres to his left. He now opens it up, kicks to the corridor. Can he find a winner? No, he cannot. It's Tatnall that places himself in the prime position and takes a strong mark.
Yeah, going back with a flight. Great work by Tatnall. Didn't know what was coming. Body on the line. Took the grab. Tatnall got himself in a little bit of trouble, but kicks it out wide. Robertson again flew. Bairnsdale left some numbers at ground level.
Robinson hurt.
Picked it off quickly by Wands again. They fire back in. Rose has got 3 to beat. Can he do it? He can't. Back there was Vickery. Now Cowan. He's going to get run down. Right foot kick, clearing kick out from the defensive 50. McCallum was over the back. Dennison's back out on the ground. Kick around the body there.
Robertson is coming towards you, but you're on one leg.
He's trying to get off the ground. Now Wykes took on the tackler. Handball to Wyatt. Robinson tries to tackle. Wyatt gets it out the wide to McKinnon, who just kicks it for touch. Misses it and kicks it out of bounds on the full.
Pretty courageous stuff by Robertson. He was on one leg, but he found a way to run, and he applied enough pressure that gave enough time for his teammates to force the turnover.
Time is an issue. We're going to send Boxer in to see how long we've got to go.
23 minutes gone at this stage. We're not sure how long to go. Turnover by Drouin. The kick needed to be pinpoint perfect to find Axford and was not. So now, Waddell, we think, yes it is, who kicks to within 30 metres. A mark here for Bensdale could be enough for a sealer. No, they turn it over again. Drouin, Taylor, and they've got some open space. The race is on. Drouin lead the race at the moment. Fred slaps the ball, does Barr, trying to find a teammate. He cannot. And on the intersection on the far side of the ground, with Bensdale kicking away from the town area. They are leading, as we said, by 16 points. There'll be a boundary throw-in on the intersection of Ford 50 and Boundary.
About 2.5 minutes to go. The favours are obviously the Redlegs. They're going to hold on, you'd think, from here. They just need to slow things down. Trying to bust his way through with Robinson.
He's taken low.
And their free kick. Now Robinson can go back and seal the game for the Redlegs. And they can stop a 4-game losing streak and win back here at home and keep their season alive and put a little bit of pressure on Drouin over the coming weeks as they have Sale and Leongatha in the next 2 weeks. They'll hold on to 5th spot for the moment, but it is a little bit shaky. And we got a score out of that Traralgon Sale game, Boxer?
Yeah, I'm just going to sit on it for a little bit.
Okay. Well, don't let the listeners know it's an exciting game happening down there.
I'll give you a clue. Traralgon are in front by less than a goal.
Right. Oh, gee whiz. Robinson will come in.